Moving forward, our next comedian, I don't think he's part homo. No, actually, I think everyone's part homo, but that's a story for another time. He is definitely a grave digger, and he's definitely a man who cremates bodies. But beyond that, he's very funny. He's becoming my favorite alternative comedian in Pittsburgh, I gotta tell you. I want you to give it up for my friend, Josh the Grave Digger.
Hello. Thanks again for the introduction earlier. He's the most alternative comic I know, which is a nice way of saying he tries to be funny. Jesus Christ. The bathroom door works better than this fucking thing. Can we mic the bathroom door, by the way? Could that be any louder, please? What I was saying before was, that was a nice way of telling everybody that I try to be funny and fail often. He's the most alternative comic ever. I'm switching microphone. Does this one? Hey! Right. Yes! I'm glad I'm here tonight. I really like being here. I think, like next week, sometime next week or so, it's been like a year I've been doing comedy. And a few months ago I met up with Gab and John and a bunch of these guys. And it's been nice. I really like it, and I like being here. The Brillobox is a great place. It's always a good crowd. You guys are always fucking excellent. So I'm happy to be here. Just before I get started completely into the set, have you guys listened to Gab and John's show? John and Gab's show, I guess. 93.7, The Zone, the Man Station. And it's a good show, you should listen if you haven't. But I noticed a few things. First, I wanted to say to John, by talking about Imus all day and claiming that you knew it was hacky, doesn't make you less hacky. It doesn't work that way. You're still fucking hacky. And the other thing is, I heard Gab talk today, earlier she mentioned about her trip last night. And on the radio today, I heard that. And is Autumn here, Gab? No? Well, I think that if I was Autumn, and tell her I said this and she's not here so I won't feel bad. Okay. But if I were her, I would be a little upset that my girl had her nose in somebody else's muff all night.
Earmuff.
Oh, earmuffs. Oh. Well, I was going to say at least it was Lily Tomlin's. If you had to go one way, Lily Tomlin is the good way to go. Anyways, a few weeks ago, I was in Portland, Oregon. I was visiting my daughter. She lives there. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the people in Portland, Oregon, they're all hippies. Just fucking hippies. Fucking all of them. And I was there, and I took my daughter to a toy store. And believe it or not, it was a hippie toy store. And I took her there because I don't see her that often, and I feel the need to buy her love. So the difference between a hippie toy store and a regular cool toy store is that hippie toy stores don't have like regular toys. They have smart toys. They don't have G.I. Joes and all that stuff. You know, cool toy stores have all the G.I. Joes, My Little Ponies, and fucking everything, you know, video games. And that's really what made me most upset. Like, they didn't have video games in this toy store. I'm a bit biased in that. I know because I love video games. I'm a fucking dork. I think every store ever should have video games. Fucking, you know, Burger King got on the bandwagon for video games. And all of them really should have video games. My girlfriend gets really upset with me because she goes out shopping for clothes, and she's like, you need to get new clothes because you dress like a fucking asshole. Which is why I love her. But she goes out shopping for clothes, and I'll go to whatever store is close by that has video games and just stand there the whole time while she's out shopping, you know? I play the demo games they have and invite little kids over to play me and I beat them and I feel better about myself. And, but she's not gonna shop her clothes. I don't really fucking care about clothes. Like, the only reason I wear clothes is out of respect for you people. Because I know that this body isn't good to look at without clothes on it. I'm well aware. I'm not gonna cry about it until I get home later. But I'm well aware of that, but I don't need clothes. I'd much rather have video games. But sadly, this toy store in Portland, Oregon, did not have video games. So I get my daughter a few smart toys. You know, I want her to be smart. She's a good girl. I'd like her to have that. But one of the few regular toys they had were little dolls, and she's a big fan of little dolls. So I get her a doll as well, and we pay for it, we go outside, and she says, Daddy, I want to carry my doll. I said, no, honey, that's not a good idea, you're going to lose it along the way somewhere, you know, it's like a mile walk back to the hotel. Just get on my shoulders and we'll go. And she said, no, Daddy, I really want to hold my dolly. And she makes me a pussy, so I gave in. And I said, okay, well, here's your doll. And she got on my shoulders, and we walk a mile back towards the hotel, and we're like a block away. And I said, honey, listen, my shoulders are really tired. Can you walk the last block? And she said, yeah, I'll walk the last block. So I put her down, and I look, and she is a pretty little girl, sans doll. And I said, honey, where's your doll at? And she felt around in her jacket and her pockets. And, I don't know, Daddy. I said, oh, fuck. So because she makes me a pussy, I say, all right, listen, stay here with Mary. I'm gonna walk back to, if I'm gonna walk and see if I can find your goddamn doll. And my plan immediately is to go around the corner and fucking smoke a cigarette and come back like, I don't know where your doll is. I fucking, it's lost. But I get around the corner, and I'm gonna feel guilty if I don't fucking walk and find this goddamn doll. So I walk, and I get a mile back to the fucking store, and there's no doll. So I turn around, and I start making my way back there, and I'm planning in my head, like, what the fuck I want to say to her, like, you know what? Fucking your doll is being raped by a Skeletor someplace right now, because you wouldn't fucking listen to Daddy. Obviously, I'm not going to say that to her, but I fucking really wanted to. But I'm trying to think of things I can say to her that's not fucking like overly mean, but it'll make her understand, like I'm not, you know, fucking, you're not supposed to carry your doll. I get back there and I'm fucking furious, and I look at her and she, big eyes, says, Daddy, I'm sorry. I love you. And I fucking melted. I was done. I was shot. I was like, well, honey, another little girl probably found her, and she's going to be a good home, and it'll be okay, it's fine. Which is a little different than she's going to be raped by fucking Skeletor, and I was disappointed in myself. And I don't often condone rape in public. But were rape ever to be okay? I think that, are any of you familiar with these two little girls? They call themselves Prussian Blue. You guys know them? And for those of you that don't, they're these two like 14-year-old twin girls, and they sing like white supremacy folk songs because they're fucking raised properly. And I think that we, and by we, I think obviously I mean black men, should once again bring together our Million Man March. But instead of marching to the White House, we go to their house and march directly into their vaginas. Now, I don't think that being raped by a million black men is going to make them any less racist, but we'll accomplish a couple things. First of all, while they're in intensive care from taking 12 million inches, they will not be making any more albums, which is a plus. And they will also never be able to have offspring, because as soon as that gets in there, fucking for as ripped apart as that shit's gonna be, it's falling right back out. Fucking no more little racist white girls. So we take this Million Man March and go through all the fucking the KKK and all the fucking groups and the Nazis, and we end with Imus, which makes me the asshole now. Thank you guys, I've had a lot of fun. I do like this group. Have a good night.